What will happen when Homer travels to the real world? Learning that Marge's sisters were coming to visit, Homer immediately prepared to hide to avoid them. He wanted to hide in the closet, but he found that Bart and Lisa had already hidden inside earlier. Even the cat and the dog had hidden under the carpet in advance. Homer could only turn his eyes to the nearby wardrobe, but he unexpectedly found that the wall behind the wardrobe seemed to lead to another world. At this moment, Selma and Patty had already walked into the room. They were going to change their clothes, but they found Lisa and Bart hiding in the closet. The purpose of their visit to Marge this time was to ask them to help clean the shells they had just picked up. Afraid that Selma would find him, Homer decided to hide in the world behind the wall. He passed through a dark world and came to a world full of coordinates and anchor points. There were also various forms of life in this world. While Homer was in a daze, a cone-shaped object suddenly smashed towards him. Homer angrily threw the cone-shaped object back, creating a black hole in the ground. Homer could only call for help from his family, but they couldn't find the source of the sound all the time.
Do you see a light, Homer?
Yes?
Move into the light, my son.
After checking, Professor Frank found that Homer had strayed into the three-dimensional space, but the sheriff mistook the three-dimensional space for terrorists, and drew his gun and shot at the wall.
Take that, you lousy dimension!
As a result, Homer was in an even greater crisis. Seeing that the collapse of the space was getting faster and faster, Homer could only shout for help to his family. Bart had an idea. He tied a rope around himself and rushed in, but because their positions were exactly opposite, Bart could only ask Homer to jump down.
Piece the cake, son.
With the sound of an explosion, the three-dimensional space completely collapsed. Fortunately, Bart was pulled back by his family.
Well, we hit a little snag when the universe sort of collapsed on itself. But Dad seemed cautiously optimistic.
But Homer was thus transported to the real world.
This is the worst place yet. Oh my god, look at this. Oh my god. Oh my. Oh.